Alrighty, this is the eyeshadow video you have been waiting for. Even if you don't think you've been waiting for it, you have. So as you can see, I'm already wearing foundation, but when I was putting on my makeup this morning, my face was just like, nah. It was not cooperating. And then I put concealer on, you know, to adjust, and it was like I said what I said. But we've got to make the eyeshadow happen, so let's do it. So let's color. Speaking of color, I'm wearing a very bright red lipstick. It's great. The finish is amazing. It's new. It's the new one from Wet n Wild, and it is liquid catsuit. And this is the best red lipstick I've ever worn. And coincidentally enough, it's called Missy and Fierce. You know, like Missy Elliott. Okay, first things first. This is rule number 1. You need to prime your eyelids, or else the eyeshadow will not stick. It won't pigment properly, and it's just going to be a mess, and it's going to flake and powder all over the rest of your face. It's not a good look. So I use LA Girl Pro Conceal because that's what the vloggers say, and that's what I use in Warm Honey. So it's the shade lighter than my foundation. And to do that, I just need to take my glasses off. And I need to really squeeze this concealer out because it's the end days for it. There you go. And just gonna go in. I hope this is enough product. We shall see. Prime all the way up to your brow. And same. I'm already wearing eyeliner because, yeah, I had a full face on. So I must mention here now, so eyeshadow, some people apply it before they do the rest of the face, others do it as the last thing. It's really up to you. Alright, so I got this the other day. We were invited to a Sunpack launch, and we got a few products. This is Black Radiance. It's available at Discam. It's a new brand of makeup. They have amazing, like, shimmery, lovely things. I'm going to use this one. It's an orange. It's not specifically an eyeshadow. I mean, do what you gotta do with it. It's great. Like, look at the powderiness of it. And this is a lovely orange. You always, it's always best to use oranges to transition. So I'm gonna start with this as the base. Over here and work my way to the middle. I'm like an untalented Picasso here right now, but we'll see what happens. As you can see, that is super pigmented, so not quite the transition I was hoping for because it's not subtle. So I'm gonna work and build from that and make this like a sunset look with a bit of shimmer and some inner eye strobing. So rule number 2 is transition. Go for an orange shade for girls of color. Alright, so second color I'm using. So the thing about eyeshadow is that you can use up to 3 colors per look. So I'm gonna go with 3 colors that are within the goldish range. And another Black Radiance product. These little babies don't have shade names on them. You just have to scratch and find and hope for the best. So I'm going to use that now inwards. So this is rule number 3 now, which is go from lightest to darkest. Oops. Over here and work my way to the middle. I'm like an untalented Picasso here right now, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so that was the second color. As you can see, it's starting to blend nicely, and it did a bit of inner eye strobing. It's not as bam in your face as it can be because it's still daytime and I don't want to overwhelm myself and other people. So I've kept it a bit subtle over here. And now I'm gonna use this Dare palette. This is about 500 bucks. It's their nudes, scent nudes. Yeah, so they also don't have shade names in there, but it's quite a nice variety of nudes from light to dark. And as you can see, I use that one a lot. It looks dark, but it actually comes out like quite bronzy, quite nice. It's not as dark as it looks there. Okay, so this picks up very nicely on the brush. So this is rule number 4. Your brush must be damp, just like your blenders must be damp, and use the right brush. So don't use the blending end of your brush. There's obviously a variety of brushes that you can use. I've just gone with the same one to save time, and I've been cleaning it so it stayed damp that way. Yeah, so I use this end to apply, and then obviously use this to sort of blend things in. So I'm going in now to the outer eyelid. Okay, so I'm done with the outer eyelid. It looks a bit darker than usual, so it's like sunset to like nighttime. Like I said, I'm an untalented Picasso when it comes to eyeshadow, but this is more about the tips and tricks of what you're meant to do. So you do darks last, and I also just balanced it a bit with this shade from the palette, and then I blended with this side. And yeah, so that was the Dare palette, their nudes. Now rule number 5, clean up. Got to clean up on the side so that it's clear and, you know, like bam, you know. And then I'm gonna mascara it up so you can see the contrast. And so let's clean up with concealer, clean up with your powder. Some people use sellotape just to line along there. I'm gonna go in with some powder and concealer. So I'm going freehand, steady hand over there. Some people use business cards as well. I mean, do what works for you. And then I'm gonna blend this out, spraying a bit to dampen it a bit so I can blend nicely. Oh, this is the love, however you say it, Perfectitude. It's a 3-in-1 prime and fix, so you can prime with it and set afterwards, and just during the day or during the night you just keep refreshing. Keep it in your handbag, it's small enough. As you can see, I abuse it. Alright, so now we've done the 5 rules. So it is prime, transition, light to dark, and brush size matters, and then number 5, clean it up. Now I'm gonna go in with I'm gonna highlight a bit, you know, just for that whole effect in this area. I'm gonna highlight a bit in Black Radiance. So I'm gonna use the highlight from the contour kit, this one here. The pigmentation is so great as well. And I'm highlighting before I fix my mascara, because every time I apply the setting spray after I've done mascara, the mascara smudges across my eyelids. So I always do setting spray and then mascara last. Alright, highlighter applied, and all the way down to my cupid's bow, to the start of my lipstick, just to make a nice pop. Now I'm going to go in and spray. This is my favorite part actually. Is Palladio Double Agent. So it has an undercoat and an overcoat, and this is the very last step. I mean, I was already wearing mascara, but I'm just touching it up so that it pops a little more against the eyeshadow, because my lashes caught a bit of eyeshadow when I was applying it. So, I mean, just not clumpy. So I'm not going to do the double agent thing now. I'm just using the undercoat just to emphasize my lashes a little more there. So this is also your last step. You apply your lashes, then you add the mascara just to, you know, balance everything out. But I'm not doing that right now. But here goes. It's the complete eye makeup look.